People who raised their hands and said they need to hear Chinese. They were courageous to raise their hands. Can we? I don't know how we can do this. Okay, can they do that? So, for Jin Xin Shi? Okay. So, that's good. Okay. Okay, yeah. That's not, every night is different. That's why we have to do this. 每个晚上不一样，我们都要看看情形哈。So, here's one of the things. Our teacher created our community to be multilingual. And folks who are used to having it all one language, like most people, like you get to learn some Chinese, Vietnamese when you come to our monasteries, right? Because why? Buddhism is on a bridge. It's not entirely here. It's still coming across. I was just in China 3 weeks ago, teaching as an American monk to 300 Chinese young people for a week in a summer camp. So Buddhism was back to China. Right? So we're on the bridge, and it's really important. What do they say? They say, yin shui si. When you drink water, you recall the source. So it's really good to remember where we came from. Buddha Dharma is not an American invention. Right? It takes a while. It's not a Chinese invention either, which is so interesting. It's not an Indian invention, but it came to China later. Now it's come to the West. Good. Okay, now we're aware that it's hot in here, and we're used here in LA, we're used to air-conditioned comfort, and we were all ready to go with our slideshow and our fancy zippy internet presentation, but it's not working. Fine, shut that off. What do we think? What was it like 2,500 years ago when people heard, oh, you know what? There's a teacher in town. They say he's got something to say. Let's go listen. Let's go listen to that teacher. Let's see if he's a bozo like the rest. Maybe he's real. Let's go listen. So what's it like? You go find where the teacher is. Where is he? Probably under a tree. Because why? Some shade. It's hot in India, right? And there he is. He's sitting there, and he's got, his disciples around him, and you go listen, and you use your wisdom, and you think, and you talk about it, and hey, that's pretty good, or nope, let's keep looking. So, where are we? 2016, we're at the western end of America. The American continent ends 300 feet from where we're sitting. That's water over there. That's the end of America. Manifest destiny is stopped right at Long Beach. Right? And here we are. Chinese people, Vietnamese people, Caucasian people, Hispanic people. Anybody speak Spanish? Anybody good? Yeah, all right. Well, I don't think you have to translate, but we'll call on you in case we do. I don't know if we have anybody with roots in Africa. My roots, our Master Heng Lai's roots are in Europe. My name is Heng Shi, by the way. I'm from Northern California currently, originally from the Midwest, from Toledo, Ohio. Our Master Heng Lai, sitting next to me here, is from the Northwest. He's from Washington State. And here we are in Long Beach. People from around the world willing to give an hour or two to listen to what's going on in Buddhism. What is Buddhism? Okay, why would you want to listen to me? And the answer is because of our teacher, essentially. I don't think people are necessarily interested in me. They're interested in Master Shen Hua, our teacher, and what he brought from China, because he was the real thing. He was the expression of a long tradition that came to, by the way, we have entirely too many. Do we have anybody? Song Kian Luan, Xie Guo Hong, Guo Ji? Can somebody remove some of the stuff that we got here? We got lots of too much stuff here. Kind of lighten the load. Aren't they doing that now? You said it was all taken care of. Can we, let's see, we're going to take a little break here for a second. Vietnamese translation going on? Okay. Can you say it?
A Di Đà Phật, Phật tử nào cần nghe tiếng Việt đó, nếu không nghe tiếng Anh được cần nghe tiếng Việt thì có thể cùng ở một nơi, cùng một chỗ nha, để người dịch nó dễ. Ý thầy là như vậy.
Okay, get our logistics sorted out, good. All right. So here's the thing. Our teacher, our founder, that is the reason why so many different kinds of people are here, has been, he came to America in 1962. He taught vigorously until 1995, and he departed. And he planted down seeds that are bearing fruit. Or maybe they're not even bearing fruit, maybe they're sprouting still. But they're sturdy sprouts. I was with him for 18 years. Our Master Hung Lai was with him for maybe 20 years. What did we learn that we can share with you all tonight that might be relevant, that might be helpful? That's a question I ask myself. As I look back, I think, after all, what seeds let's use that metaphor, right? What seeds did he plant that are healthy and sprouting right now? That's a question. And I want to share one that maybe you wouldn't think of, which is what? It took all this time for me to recognize one aspect of what our teacher taught. When I sum it up in a phrase, it goes like this. The Chinese phrase is 学佛做人，人道尽，佛道长. We learn about the Buddha, but we put it into practice with our humanity. When our humanity is perfected, there is no other Buddhahood to accomplish. That's the phrase. So say it again. I'll give you the word for word Chinese. Maybe that's a clunky translation. 学佛做人. We learn about the Buddha, but we put it into practice in our humanity. So study Buddha, be person in Chinese. We work on our humanity. When our personhood is cultivated to perfection, just that is Buddhahood. Okay, that's the phrase. Got it? So you think. In other words, the energy is in being person. Why did he teach that? Of all the things in Buddhism, okay, as you came down the hallway over there, there's an entire wall of books, Buddhist books. That's the canon. It's not the Old Testament, New Testament, the Bible. It's the Bible times 200. That's the Buddhist canon. Lots of teachings there. What do Americans like? We like to meditate. Most of us, Buddhism equals meditation. Don't know if we're interested in more than that. Well, there's a lot more. Now when our teacher arrives from Manchuria, carrying the tradition alive in him, he taught us how to read the Buddha's scriptures. He taught us how to meditate. He taught us how to recite the Buddha's name. He taught us mantras from the esoteric school, and he taught us the Vinaya, the rules for creating the Buddhist community. That's a lot of teachings. And sometimes I get the feeling that Master Hua just packed our pockets full, gave us backpacks full of Dharma treasures that are time capsules. You go 10 years and this one comes right. You go 20 years and that one comes right. 30 years, some are longer, right? Dharma Master Hung Lai and I have been monks for 40 years now. 1976 we both ordained. 40 years and we're quadruple Mahateras, right? And yet some of those teachings are just making sense now. They're slow time capsules. Among all those different, they call them the schools of the Mahayana, the 5 schools. Okay, I think back, what did I learn that makes the most sense to me right now, given the times in 2016, given the energy of Vietnam, of China, of Taiwan, Singapore, Cambodia, Laos, Burma, all the Buddhist countries of Asia come now to California. What is it? 学佛做的人道进佛道场. Work on our humanity. It's not emptiness. It's not enlightenment. It's not satori. It's not kensho, all of the words that we learn, right? It's not magic. No, it's humanity. How does it express itself? In relationships. First one, parents. So interesting.